I know a lot of you know me, some of you don't, a lot of you know my story. I grew up not too far from here, and I remember during our nomination, I was able to point behind the Palace Theater. I grew up not that far from where we are, just down that way. Grew up playing football on these streets, basketball, riding bikes with my friends. Friends who I've had some childhood who are here, who have been continuously supporting me. Neil, AJ, Eddie, Zeus, thank you so much. I don't know if Sergio snuck in. We are the Danbury story. My parents came, I was 5 years old. They came for a better life. They came from Brazil. Quem fala português aqui? Quem fala português? Faz mais barulho, seja brasileiro ou não? Português ou não? Faz barulho. A nossa história é a história de Danbury. Mis amigos latinos, mi amigo de que habla español. ¿Quién aquí habla español? Nuestra história é a história de Danbury. Nosotros vamos ganhar porque estamos juntos agora. Vamos ganhar porque estamos juntos. We are stronger together. I thank you guys so much. When my parents came in search of a better life, I saw the challenges they had. My father working multiple jobs, my mother working multiple jobs. They are their strength. They are why I am here, growing up undocumented in a community that under Mayor Gene Eriquez was welcoming to everybody. A community that was easy to get business done when you went to City Hall. And the opposite of that is what's going on now. A community where people don't feel welcome. We have leaders who fought, councilmen who stood on their own fighting against laws in the 2005 era when we were trying to be an unwelcoming community. We can't have that anymore here. I believe in a community that can do better. We will do better. We're stronger when we work together. But right now, those guys at City Hall and their supermajority, they're doing everything they can to stop progress. Lieutenant Governor said, we have a racially gerrymandered, embarrassing proposal, not only for our city, but for our state. We can't let that happen. They are so greedy and hungry for power that they'll do anything to win. They'll do anything to keep the status quo, and that stops here.
Yeah!
But I can't do it without you guys. We can't let continuous fumbles and bad negotiations delay over and over the opening of desperately needed schools for thousands of kids. We can't let residents get steamrolled with warehouses they don't want. We need answers to finance directors that we're not getting. What are the settlements? What's going on when the city's finance director we haven't had answers on what's going on with that? There's no way to run a city. There's no transparency there. If you run on transparency, you have conversations with people. And our promise is to have those conversations. It's not gonna be talking, it's gonna be listening. We're gonna go to every corner of this community. And how we're gonna do it is together. We're gonna communicate to people. We're not gonna have people scared when they open their mailboxes and see the sticker shock of their recent home evaluations and how high they skyrocketed. Who got those letters? Who opened those letters? How many of you own multiple homes and are scared of what might happen? We can't have that, and that's gonna stop here. And how we're gonna do that is leadership, not just by me, but by building one of the strongest democratic tickets this city has ever seen. We're gonna build a ticket that looks like our city. We're gonna build a ticket that's diverse. We're gonna build a ticket with experience, continued experience. We're gonna build a ticket with new ideas, with new energy, and not just diversity of gender, race, creed, sexual orientation, but diversity of thought, because that's what this city needs, open dialogue. And I'm so happy. I'm so proud to be here again. I thank all of you that came from far as well to support me, because you know that what happens to a kid in Danbury isn't just affect Danbury, it affects our whole state, it affects our whole country. An underfunded school system here has ramifications across the state to our neighbors in Reading, Brookfield, Richfield. When crime rates go up 34% in a year, that doesn't just affect our community, that affects our neighbors.
Yeah.
When people can't get work done because they're waiting on permits for months, that doesn't just affect here, it affects investment, it affects the whole state, it affects everybody. So I ask you to sign up to volunteer, I ask you to sign up to knock the doors. I ask you if you're motivated to run for office. Because again, this isn't about one person. This isn't about the folks who are still on the city council, have been fighting by themselves. They need help. This is about all of us. Look at this room. You can't tell me we can't build a great ticket and beat these Republicans. You can't tell me that. Make no mistake, we're gonna do this together. We're gonna work together, we're gonna strategize together, we're gonna plan together, we're gonna debate together, because I've never been afraid of a debate or a conversation. We will have multiple debates, and we will stand in front of City Hall and ask those questions if we have to. but we're gonna do it together. Nosotros vamos a hacer eso juntos, vamos fazer isso juntos. Are you with me? Tá comigo? Estão comigo? I love that sound. Can I hear it one more time? Listen, again, we're gonna have 9 months to do this, so I want everybody to enjoy the food. I want to thank Farm Boys. Please check out that restaurant, the Old Michael's, and I'm sorry I don't know the address off the top of my head right now. They're on South Street in Danbury. Please check them out. I've been there with the restaurant with my son. We loved it. The food is great, having a chance to eat it. Please support our local businesses. Thank you to Charter Oak. They have been great. We've done a couple events here already. Enjoy the beer. Thank you, everybody. But more importantly, if you do allow me one more time to just thank a couple other people, that means so much to me. Last election was hard. There's things I didn't talk about and people saw, and it's not easy to hide certain things. But I want to thank my family. I wouldn't be able to do this without them. They mean so much to me. But it's not just one member of a family. Todos os latinos aqui, os portugueses e os brasileiros sabem que a família não é só quem mora na sua casa. Our family isn't just those who live at your house. Our families go beyond that. I have my Aunt Nady and my Uncle Geraldo who are here, and if they're here, please walk up. Please don't hide. I know my uncle is short. We can get him a stool. He's over there. No, I got an order. I'm my uncle. There he is. See, I told you, stand up tall. Come over here. They were like parents to me. My cousin Chris was tired of hearing this, but was like a little brother to me. I couldn't do this without them. My brother-in-law, Danny Wicks. My mother-in-law, Barbara Wicks. My father-in-law, Bill Wicks. I couldn't do it without their support. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law in Boston who aren't here, Amy and Adam. Thank you. My mother, thank you so much for everything. Thank you for the multiple hours you guys had to work. My father, I'm so proud of you. Everything you're doing, your fight, your struggle, you're showing us what tenacity looks like. You're showing us how anything can be beaten, and we're gonna do this together. Thank you so much, I love you guys. And finally, the reason that got me involved in politics, when my wife and I were deciding where we were gonna live when she was pregnant, and we had friends and peers saying, oh, well, we left Danbury for Brookfield, we left Danbury for Newtown, you can't raise your kids in these schools. We disagreed with that. We disagreed with that because we knew how important Danbury schools were to us. We knew what it meant. And we knew we wanted to raise our kids in a diverse school system because that's important. And here's the tangent, right? You go off, you get so emotional with your parents, you forget the other two people, 3 or 4 you want to introduce them. It's my sisters. Ileana, you can stop recording because I need you up here. I love you so. No, I need you over here. Thank you. My sister Kelly, thank you so much for everything. You guys are such a big part of everything we do. My brother-in-law, John Contreras, come up here, please. My nephew, Davi. Zach, I don't know where Zachary you are. My niece, Lela, thank you so much. And let's put one nail in the coffin real quick. Democrats support the police. Don't let them tell you we don't. We support the police. Being for social equity and for police are not mutually exclusive. We support the police. So thank you to my brother-in-law, Officer John Contreras, who protects our kids every day at Rogers Park Middle School. Thank you. So, and I'll wrap this up now. My wife and I knew Danbury was special, but we knew that if we wanted to stay here, we had to fight for it, so we started going to meetings. This is years ago now, and I remember being a young person at those meetings, looking around saying, this does not represent our community, so we did something about it. We grabbed clipboards, we knocked doors, and we fought for our city. I hope you fight for them. I hope you fight for these kids and every kid's here. Thank you, Robin. I love you so much. Thank you, Julius. Thank you, Catalina. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the night. Go fight, win. We're going to do this. Yes, we can. Si se puede. Thank you, everybody.